So the closed loop operation control with the static rotor resistance control. You can see this is the complete circuit diagram of the closed loop operation. So this is the same as we have seen in the previous case. The resistor which is connected between A and B terminals is also connected parallel to the switch. Don't worry, you can connect the switch here or here. There will be no problem because both are in parallel. Okay. So, and this switch is controlled by the gate pulses. So with the help of closed loop operation, we need to get these gate pulses from the closed loop circuit diagram. So for this closed loop circuit diagram, an outer speed loop is taken along with the inner current loop. You can see this is the inner current loop for controlling the current, and this is the outer speed loop, which is taken from the speed of the induction motor. You can see here. Rotor circuit current IR, and therefore ID has a constant value at the maximum point, both during the motoring and plugging. Plugging means regenerative braking operations. If the circuit limiter, this one, if the circuit limiter is made to saturate at this circuit, the drive will accelerate and decelerate at the maximum torque, giving every fast transient response. That means if the set speed is this one, if the set speed is increased or decreased, then the machine decides whether it has to operate in motoring action or braking action. So accelerate means motoring action, decelerate means braking action, right? So for plugging, it occurs, the arrangement will be made for the reversal of phase sequence. So if we reverse the phase sequence, then the plugging operation will also be achieved. We have already seen the plugging operation in unit number 2, which is control of chopper circuit, control of DC motor control of chopper circuit. And in that unit number 2, we have seen how the plugging operation is carried out. So simply by reversing the phase sequence, then we will get the plugging operation, right? And remaining speed control, closed loop speed controlling technique is very much same as we have seen many closed loop operations for stator control of induction motor drive and DC choppers, right? So similarly, you can see here the actual speed of the motor is sensed by a speed sensor, and the actual speed is given and compared with the reference or set speed. A speed error is generated, and the speed error is given to the speed controller, which is a PA controller. The error is regulated by the speed controller and given to the circuit limiter or slip limiter, whatever you can say, current limiter, whatever. So this limiter will produces the reference DC current which is required to operate at that particular speed. This reference current is compared with the actual DC current of the circuit, and the current error is generated. This current error is again given to the PI controller to regulate that error, and that regulated value is given to the PWM circuit or the pulse generation circuit. This base driver is basically a pulse generation circuit, and this circuit will generate a pulse accordingly, and that pulse is given to the chopper switch. So based on the pulse given along with its duty ratio, this chopper circuit will operate. So if the duty cycle will be controlled from this pulse. So we know how, if the duty cycle controlled means, then the effective resistance between A and B terminals will also be controlled. Just now we have seen the derivation. So this is how we can change the static resistance with the help of closed loop operation with static rotor resistance control. Right? And this static rotor resistance control have a few advantages when compared with the conventional methods. Conventional methods means we have already seen in the previous class that the conventional state rotor resistance control, which is manually controlling the mechanical resistance variation, right? So when compared with those conventional controls, static Rotor resistance control have few advantages. Those are given here. The first one is smooth and stepless control. The operation is very smooth, which means the motor runs smoothly, and stepless control is achieved because we are using a static resistance here, and we are not changing the resistance value manually. This resistance value, effective resistance value, is directly applied, which is a constant, which means which is a stepless value. Mechanically varying is a stepped value, but uh, electrically controlling by means of a chopper circuit, that, that, that is a stepless value, which is very effective. That is one of the advantage. And second one, the balanced rotor resistance. Because in the conventional methods, we have seen that if the rotor resistance is unbalanced, then there is a chance of there is a chance of production of unbalanced currents as well as unbalanced voltage in the rotor part of the induction motor, which is a major disadvantage. Due to the unbalances, the motor stabilization will be gone. So balance of rotor resistance must be important, but here we don't have any problem because the static control have a balanced rotor resistance. So this is also one of the advantage. And next, you can see the fast response compared with the conventional control, which is a manually operated. It takes time, but our static rotor resistance has fast response because the effective operation will be done in the order of a milli or microseconds. But practically, by changing the rheostat value or resistance value that is connected, it will take in the order of seconds, 2 seconds or 3 seconds to change its value, right? With the help of external rheostat. So when compared with the conventional, static rotor resistance control will have fast response, fast dynamic response, and low maintenance. Low maintenance because of the absence of mechanical resistors, mechanical variable resistors. There is no need of maintenance. So which is also one of the advantage. And compact in size because of the mechanical variables, mechanical rheostats, the resistance size will be more. So which is weighty and which is bulky, which is not compact in size. But with the help of this chopper controlled static resistance, the size becomes very small. So this is also one of the advantage for static rotor resistance control. So including all these advantages, static rotor resistance control is preferred over the conventional methods. Thank you.